Hello and welcome to Culture Shock, the pop culture podcast brought to you by four aging millennials and our outdated opinions. I'm your host, Doug, and with me as always is...
Hey, I'm Adrian, and tell me, do podcast listeners like yourselves ever experience fear?
He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick? I'm Corey.
Nobody preaching about justice is ever a good guy. And I'm Mike.
Is that a child suit? I'm gonna catch it. Anyways, if you haven't caught on yet, we're going to talk about our favorite aging millennial anime, Dragon Ball Z. If you're a guy in your 30s, you're going to have a good time.
I just want to say people are going to be really confused if they haven't watched DBZ abridged, because I went from my Vegeta quote to Corey's.
And I did an abridged
is that a DBZ quote? Yeah.
The real fans will know.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's start things off talking about our favorite, like I said, aging millennial pastime, Dragon Ball Z. Where do you guys want to start? Have you guys all seen Dragon Ball or just DBZ? Let's start with that.
I watched Dragon Ball, but I didn't see Dragon Ball till years after I started watching Dragon Ball Z.
See, most people didn't in America, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm the same. I remember when I was younger, when I first got into DBZ, it came on right after Gundam Wing. And the very first episode I ever saw was like in the middle of the Garlic Jr. crap.
Oh God, that's not a good
Man,
start.
that's the worst time to start.
Right. I was hooked though still. So
that's impressive.
It's not horrible, but it's one of the worst
it's
five
not great.
episode arcs or whatever it is.
After my many watch throughs, it's definitely my least favorite.
I don't even watch that arc. I skip that whole thing. It's junk.
I remember trying to watch Dragon Ball when I was younger, and I just couldn't get into it. But I felt as I got older and I was doing one of my watch throughs, when I decided I wanted to watch Super the whole way through, I was like, you know what, I should watch Dragon Ball first before I watch Dragon Ball Z. So I actually finished Dragon Ball, and I think as an older person, it's a little bit more understandable, it's more comprehensive.
Yeah, it wasn't as action packed and colorful as Dragon Ball Z is. It was a lot more tamed back and a lot more adventure based than Dragon Ball
It's funny
Z.
you mention that, because the creator Akira Toriyama has actually gone on record saying that to him, he was always more interested in the comedy and the characters, and then the series eventually just became all about the fights. So his heart wasn't in it for a while, because that's not what he ever was interested in doing. But obviously, he's still loves making the series, because that fucking shit's older than all of us, and it's still pumping out new stuff.
Not older than all of us. It came out in 1986 in Japan, which is the year I was born.
I forgot that Corey, the Gen X of the millennial.
He's still a millennial.
I am the king
The
amongst
Gen X
millennials.
of the millennials. That's pretty good.
I would argue that Dragon Ball is even more popular now than it's ever been.
Yeah, I mean, probably just because
Dragon Ball Z in general, or actual Dragon Ball?
Just the entire series.
Oh yeah.
the series itself, the manga is just called Dragon Ball, Z and Super. And well, Super is actually a moniker that it
But
has,
Z and GT.
it's just all extra for TV. But
GT was retconned.
unfortunately, we'll talk a little bit about GT later. Not that I really want to, but we'll have to for that one fan that exists out there.
I don't hate everything about GT, but it was
I
a
don't
mess.
either. But
Mike,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, starting Dragon Ball Z in the Garlic Jr. era and still loving it is like watching The Last Jedi and still loving Star Wars.
Why would you hate it watching the best movie?
Anyway, yeah, we'll just blow past that. But
we will get to that sometime.
yeah, but maybe
soon.
May the 4th or whatever day we're recording around them. But we're not exact, okay? No, but
We do our best.
I'm definitely not as familiar with Dragon Ball as I am the Dragon Ball Z story is just ingrained in my head.
It's iconic.
Dragon Ball, I remember moments. I can't say I remember a beat by beat.
Okay.
But I still enjoyed, watching it.
I think when we mention some things, it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
My feelings on Dragon Ball, I love it for what it is. The first couple episodes are pretty rough for me to get through because it's like the show was still trying to figure out what it was trying to do.
Right.
But I think it picked up once they started training with Roshi and stuff, which was only on like I think episode 14 is when that started, so it wasn't like late.
And if you don't want to sit there and watch the whole series, just watch Dragon Ball Evolution. Everything's in there.
Oh God!
I'm gonna
Do not do that to yourself.
This is the day that Mike quit the podcast.
Mike, you own it. Shut up.
Yeah, I know it's still terrible.
I think you're the only one of the four of us that owns that movie.
I've never even watched it, and I
legitimately only bought it because the two people that are the main characters are in Shameless, and I wanted to watch how much of a train wreck it really was.
Mike's a liar. He wouldn't even admit it was his favorite movie.
He bought it brand new as soon as it was remastered on Blu-ray.
Bought it for $3 on Blu-ray at like a video exchange store.
You guys should have seen his eyes when he looked at that cover. They like glossed over instantly.
I can't even joke about this. This is fucking awful.
For Mike, it goes Chips.
God damn it.
Dragon Ball Evolution, Batman and Robin. Which I'm with you there, Mike. I'm with you there. But yeah. No, what was I going to say? Goku, though, definitely more of a badass in Dragon Ball than he is Dragon Ball Z, because first fun fact, insert music. Goku actually only is responsible for killing 2 people in Dragon Ball Z. And in Dragon Ball, I think I was reading a bunch of Reddit posts earlier, and he killed 44 people between the Red Ribbon Army and
up into he murked the entire Red Ribbon Army.
I love that.
He walked right to their fortress. They were shooting rocket launchers at him and shit. He's just dodging them.
To be fair, that jackass all through Dragon Ball Z could have beat half of them. He just wanted to give other people a chance.
all right.
He has so much fun with fighting. He wanted to give his
chance. He showed mercy, and he
it was actually the first android in the series that was ever introduced in the series. Actually taught him to respect a life more and not kill just because he wants to. It actually was an arc in Dragon Ball where he was like, "You shouldn't just murk everybody," and he's like, "Why not?" He genuinely didn't.
He still had that Saiyan blood in him at that point.
Yeah, well, in Dragon Ball, the Saiyan thing wasn't even a thought in Toriyama's mind.
That's not true. He already turned into the ape and everything, dude.
Yeah, but that wasn't part of it. The whole aliens thing and stuff came later when he decided to be like, "Oh yeah, he's an alien."
You can't possibly know that. You're just.
I'm pretty sure I've read it somewhere.
The very beginning of Dragon Ball, he shows up in a pod and hits his head.
Yeah.
What do you mean, well? He didn't ride a pod from America to Japan.
Akira Toriyama has never hidden the influence of Superman on the show. That's never been a secret.
Okay, I'm not saying. I'm not saying
the
that
last son of Planet Vegeta.
I'm not saying that he was saying that. Obviously, Goku's not from outer space, but he was never intending to go down that route to be like, this is the backstory. That was never a thought in his mind until Dragon Ball Z.
I'm just here for the podcast. I don't know if that's true or not.
That's not true. I don't think true.
I've also read a lot of things about how Toriyama forgets so much shit that he's written.
Oh yeah,
all writers do.
What was the girl's name? Launch? That her hair changed colors.
They just wrote her and Tien. Tien vanished for years.
Yeah, she disappeared for 150 episodes, and when they asked him why, he's like, "I forgot she existed."
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the easiest way to clear your mind for new ideas. You remember everything you did for 37 years.
Yeah, no.
Hey, leave the past behind. Kill it if you have to. I don't know why I keep mentioning Kylo
Ren. See, Mike, I don't know how true some of that is because, he turns into the Great Ape in the first 10 episodes.
Right. I don't think the Saiyan aspect was ever I don't think he had a name for it. I don't think he really
that might be true.
I don't think he really had a backstory for it. I think he just had obviously
he probably had storyboard concepts. Most writers, especially manga writers, they have a lot of concepts and then they fill out the details in between as they get there. One Piece, I know you guys haven't seen it, for example, but that guy, he's been writing it since almost as long as Dragon Ball, and he does things where he referenced things that didn't show up for 12 years.
I was going to say, how many episodes deep is One Piece?
Over 1,000.
I know.
Jesus.
It's only one.
Yeah. And it's still going. Only one. Yeah. There's just one piece.
That is probably why I'll never watch it, just for the sheer fact that that's just too much to catch up on.
I'll never be able to.
I'm almost on 700. I'm getting there.
Wow. So Doug, as the resident anime fan,
Yeah.
do you think, like, at least in Western society, do you think Dragon Ball Z is a big reason? Like, do you think that is the main reason for popularizing anime in our country?
I think that's probably the number one show that helped popularize anime, at least for our generation. But every generation has its own. Like slightly younger than us, it
That's
was
true.
Naruto, which
How
is
dare them?
My kids are all into anime of sorts, and not one of them agrees with me that Dragon Ball Z is the GOAT. Not one.
yeah. It's old.
You can't give it solely to Dragon Ball Z because like the girls got involved with anime
Sailor
due to
Moon.
Sailor Moon. So
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
don't give a fuck. Sailor Moon slaps.
oh no, it
does.
does. No,
Shit.
Sailor Moon's great.
Yeah, Sailor Moon was part of that same block of shows, like
yeah, like
getting home from school every day.
I'm sure. I don't know who all remembers Toonami, the greatest thing that we
Hell
were
yeah.
ever
Miss
blessed with as
Toonami.
kids. Literally, my favorite. My mom knew to yell for me to come in the house at 5 minutes to 5 because it was time to watch 2 hours of TV. My friends would be like, "No, we're like in the middle of a game." I'm like, "I don't care. I'll be back in 2 hours." Every day. I only ever missed one episode of DBZ as it aired on TV, and
Wow.
and my mom recorded it on VHS film, so I could watch it.
Which one
Dude,
was
that's
it?
awesome.
Was it Goku powering up for 30 minutes?
No, that's like my favorite episode.
There's
That's my favorite
212
episode.
of that episode. Doug. Which
Exactly.
one specifically?
No, I can tell you the episode that I didn't get to watch as it aired one time and had to have recorded was when Goten and Trunks first fused into Gotenks. It's
Oh,
the only episode I didn't see.
The one where they were like fat for a while?
Yes,
and-
exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that is the one episode that I didn't see live.
You know what? I didn't really plan on talking about it too much, but now that you mentioned Gotenks, I'm pretty excited about the new Dragon Ball Super movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah,
Goten and Trunks are adults, or at least like older teenagers.
yeah, I have no idea where they're going with this because see, I read the manga and I'm up to date with the Super manga, which is multiple arcs ahead of what you've seen on TV and
Yeah.
hasn't been animated yet. This movie doesn't fit anywhere, so I'm really confused what the fuck it is, but I'm excited for it regardless. I
Well,
just hate
In the
animation.
manga, are they adults yet?
No, I don't think they'll ever grow up.
Here's how I look at this. I feel like it's mostly like what the hell is the word I'm looking for? Like they're just appeasing to the fans with this one because it
Yeah,
looks like
100%.
it looks like they're trying to make Gohan the main focus.
Gohan
like
and
he's
Piccolo.
going to be the
Piccolo has a new power up, and Gohan has a new power
Yeah.
up. Like it's
So-
all about them.
naturally I'm excited because Gohan's always been my favorite up until they ruined him at the end.
You watch Super, and Gohan's still your favorite.
No, well, you know what? hey, listen. They give him a little bit, you know, they kind of give him a little bit of redemption there for the Tournament of Power.
For the 2 episodes.
No, they really fucked up Gohan with that
Oh, they did.
Cell series, but they really redeemed him with that Great Saiyaman.
Oh, fun fact. hey,
Yeah,
I
Teen Gohan
unironically love
sucks.
Great Saiyaman.
Yeah, Great Saiyaman, he grew on me.
Oh God,
Truth and
he
justice.
definitely never grew on me.
he definitely had some Ginyu Force influence.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's better in Super for some reason. I don't know why.
So like in my mind, I think of Kid Gohan on Namek, like when the Ginyu Force first presented themselves. He's probably like, "That's fucking awesome."
Well, they did actually almost kill him. Maybe it like just
Right.
printed something.
He's
that's probably
he's like
it.
they have a whole like choreographed routine.
They look like superheroes.
Dad, why don't we do that stuff before we fight?
Because Gohan, we're not lame.
Minute, quick. We scream like men. Okay.
see the scene they didn't show when that was happening. Gohan talked to Vegeta. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Vegeta, I have an idea." No.
it turns out Goku's like one of those like toxic, like masculine parents, and he won't like go. Gohan wants to go
yeah.
do like dance and stuff. He's like, no, fight, train.
Fight.
No son of mine will do for you.
It's clear Goku's like the worst father in all of fictional history.
Well,
So
I mean,
yeah.
you know, Gohan's dad and then that guy Goku, they hang out all the time.
that's true.
Gohan's dad Piccolo.
I mean,
Of course.
for crying out loud, Piccolo babysits Fidel and Gohan's daughter. So
And yeah, in Super, Piccolo literally lives with Gohan and Videl and like takes care of the kid while they're working.
Goku's the dad that goes to get cigarettes and comes back 7 years later. Piccolo's the stepdad that picks up all the pieces.
Somehow Goku is that dad whilst still living in the house with them.
Yeah, in a way, you got to give him credit.
Chi-Chi wants him there. The kids just happen to like exist.
he died and was gone for 7 years. Okay.
He chose to stay gone for 7 years because he didn't want to be a parent.
literally, as Goten was
He
born.
literally Ricky Bobby dadded. See you when you're grown.
Yeah.
I'll see you when you're grown
You're
up.
not first, you're last. See you.
When he
17.
sacrificed himself to kill Cell, even though he didn't kill Cell, he's like, this is my out.
Yeah, they went to wish him back, and he's like, "Nah, don't do that. I'm good. I'm happy."
I think there's a more rational way. Nope, I'm instant transmission to King Kai's planet.
No, I'm good.
There really was so many other options.
He's like, "No, I have to stay dead."
But Dad, you're never going to see me grow. Exactly.
It had to have been possible to instant transmission just into space. It had to have been. And then he could just do it right back to Earth.
He murked himself and King Kai to get out of being a dad. A second kid, fuck.
And then he has time to explain to King Kai that this is just the first place I thought of. That means he could have went somewhere else again.
Yeah,
he could have taken him to hell.
Hell,
Yeah.
or the Snake Princess, whatever her name was.
Oh yeah,
on Snake Way. He
yeah.
could have taken her right to her place.
He could have taken him anywhere.
He could have taken him anywhere.
Literally the middle of nowhere. Like,
I guess I wanted to have fun, but I forgot you have to be a dad.
shit. I got Chi-Chi pregnant again. I gotta get the fuck out. Oh, Cell's gonna blow up. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, Sal, wait for me.
Let's go together, buddy.
I really thought it would just be throwing baseballs and eating hot dogs together. That little fucker never shuts up.
And he won't dance.
He doesn't. He just keeps crying. Why is he crying?
Are we talking about Broly now?
Oh, yeah, he's a bit of a bitch.
Cack a carrot cake.
Karen.
But before we get too far off of the time slot from 5 to 7 where they played all this stuff, Adrian and I, this is a little fun fact, we lost all these, so we can't prove it really, but every single episode,
it didn't happen.
we would get pieces of paper out and draw our own 1 to 2 page comic book about the episode.
We would.
We did almost every single episode, just like 8 to 10 panels of the most important parts of the episodes with little word bubbles and thought bubbles. And
Yeah, we had so many of those little college notebooks filled up.
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
it was great. I wish I still had those, but
I didn't do any. Like, I used to pause because I would buy the VHSs with the episodes on them, and I would pause them and just draw straight from
did
the
you
TV.
have the awesome uncensored versions? Because they were great.
Yes.
Like when Vegeta just randomly flips people off on Namek and they just sit on the screen like this. It's like, what?
One of my favorite middle fingers, though, is when Vegeta's just insulting Bobbity, and he just real quick flips him off and puts his hand back down. It's fucking great. I don't remember the exact context, but there's some moment where Vegeta's insulting him, and he just goes,
Fucking
and he goes right
Vegeta.
back down.
I don't know if my cousin Mary listens to this, but me and her, she was into Dragon Ball Z with me. We'd watch Dragon Ball Z at my grandma's house, and then we'd put pillows in our shirts and run into each other.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure she listens to this one. We'll get a timestamp. I'll be like, "Hey, Mary, just listen to like this 30-second snippet."
Hello, person I've never met.
You've
met Mary.
Mary. Okay,
Which
this
Mary?
is Mary Young. Like,
Never mind. Hi, Mary, I've met you.
Hi, Mary. I'm Mary. Hi, Doug's cousin.
Hope you've slept once in the last 6 months.
Oh God,
You have a child. So you might not remember this.
He's like, wait, who's Doug?
Not a fever
a
dream, Mary. This is really happening. We're talking.
Fun fact: they named their daughter Talia for Talia al Ghul.
Of course
No,
they did. Shane is the dad.
No,
Yeah,
I called them out on that, and they tried to tell me that wasn't the case.
Liars.
Yeah.
Shane will never convince me that's not the reason. That
I was
I know.
I was sitting there with Mary one day when Shane was at work, and we were talking about like nerdy names that she might be okay with, and we came across Talia, and she's like, "Oh, I like that."
Every time I've ever hung out with Shane, it was usually somewhere random where we bumped into each other, like playing pool at a bar. All we talked about was comic books the whole damn time.
Right.
So there's no way.
Yeah, nah, they made a Facebook post about the name, and I'm like, wonder where that name came from. And he's like, no, really, it wasn't me. I didn't have to say anything, and he instantly knew us.
Well, wait. According from what Adrian's story was, that actually sounds accurate.
No, yeah, and technically it wasn't from him. it was one of the names that Mary really liked, and I'm sure she pitched it to him, and he's like, yes.
I'm sure he leaned into it real hard the second
he just kept leaving little pieces of paper around the house with the name Talia on it.
I just saw this cool. Look at this actress. Her name is Talia.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Dragon Ball Z.
Toonami.
I thought we were talking about the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Toonami.
Oh, yeah. Toonami, like, it was the best 2-hour block of television. I always had my mom call me into the house so I could watch it, and no matter what was going on. Like, it'd be like my turn to like kick the kickball, and I just walk away from the game. Time to go watch DBZ, motherfuckers.
Sucks to suck.
Mid run up to kick. Oh
Just
shit! Toonami time.
Jump over the ball and run in the house.
Like, Doug, that's a strike. I don't care.
I'll be back in 2 hours.
We have a tie ball game. Doug drops back. He's looking for a receiver, and he leaves the field.
Wait, he's still running.
Toonami time.
He's like Forrest Gump. He's still running.
Doug, can you at least leave the ball?
Right.
But yeah, dude,
What was that 2-hour block? So there was Sailor Moon in there. There was Dragon Ball
Sailor
Z.
Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, and I think Yu Yu Hakusho or Outlaw Star, Tenchi Muyo, and like a bunch of different shows.
I think they changed a couple of them throughout the
Yeah,
years.
it changed all over the
But Dragon Ball Z always stayed.
I remember specifically when during Namek, during the Frieza stuff, it would air 4 episodes of DBZ a day, and it did that for months. And I got so used to watching it all that I couldn't stop watching Toonami no matter what they put on in that block. I watched any show they put on there.
It was just a routine at that point.
Exactly.
When I first started watching Toonami, the very last episode of Gundam Wing aired, and then it was never on Toonami again.
Oh,
Like the
so
very first day. So Gundam Wing played, and I was like, "Dude, this
You
show's
didn't get
awesome."
into Toonami till then?
Yep, I didn't get into Toonami
Fuck,
until then.
dude.
I grew up without TV. We just watched old VHSs. That's
Oh
why.
yeah, all the movies
That's
we've
why
never
I
heard
know
of.
what Midnight Run is and Cadillac Man.
Stop making up fake movies on the DBZ episode. There was that episode where Piccolo and Goku learned to drive.
I was just gonna say, speaking of Cadillac, man.
Mike, I'm going to give you credit. You did remember those fake movies and bring them up again. Good
Yeah,
job.
good callback.
like High School USA.
Will you stop it? Are they written in front of you somewhere?
That's not a thing.
He has them on like a chalkboard behind his desk. Fake movies I have to bring back up.
Make fun of me, will they? Out am I?
Out am I?
Anyway.
But yeah, that was what aired, and I was actually really upset because I loved what I watched of Gundam Wing, and then
Yeah,
Dragon Ball
it's a good
Z
show.
came on afterwards, and I was like, "Ooh, what is this?" And I got really into it, even though it was the Garlic Jr. saga.
Gundam Wing was the reason I got interested in politics. It was such a great political drama that had mechs in it.
Weirdly enough, the only other anime that I ever got like really into was Zoids. Like I just never.
God damn
It's
Zoids.
so bad, dude.
No, Zoids Chaotic Sentry's good. He's laughing.
That laugh stays in Mike says, I don't know why you're laughing.
He's genuinely confused about why we're laughing.
Mike is gonna die on the Zoids Hill.
Oh my god.
I don't care what they say. Zoids is
I
amazing.
had to introduce you to some actual anime, man.
Hey, there will be at least one person in our audience that says Zoids is good.
Fuck yeah, Zoids and
Fucking-
Bionicle.
I thought I was the only one.
There, you remember the Heasley twins, dude? I would
Yeah.
get on the bus, and Chris and I would talk about Zoids every morning because it was on before we'd go to school.
Wait, how could you know it was Chris and not Aaron?
They
they
look a
were
little
identical. There were differences. So you said you started with the Garlic Jr. That's when you started watching it.
Yeah,
Man,
Yeah.
that's pretty far into this because that's after Namek.
It's
That's
after Namek.
Yeah.
yeah. So I missed the really badass
Man.
moment of Goku, turning Super Saiyan
hell yeah.
until later because obviously Toonami would start over from the beginning
Right.
after you get through all the shit episodes.
Like just like you guys, I started on Z as well because I didn't even know Dragon Ball was a thing until.
Neither did I.
But I happened to catch it the day the first episode aired.
So
It's
lucky.
just
Dragon
out of
Ball Z?
luck. Yeah,
Holy
the
shit.
day the first episode aired on Toonami, man, I caught it, and that's why I caught them all live because I watched it every day from that point. I was hooked
I
instantly.
know, and I was so confused. I'm like, I guess this green guy's bad.
Everyone's just like,
Everyone in the island
"Hey,
shocked to
Goku,
see. I'm like,
you have a kid?" I'm like, "I don't know what's going on, but I
I'm-
can't stop watching."
I'm about 100% sure, Doug. I think me and Adrian started watching right from the beginning, too.
We
Yeah.
did.
'Cause I remember
Like-
Raditz right away. Like that was
Yeah,
the first thing
exactly. And
saw.
I just remember being so confused. And he like killed that farmer with the gun. It's like, what is happening, dude?
That goddamn
What?
farmer, he's the goat.
This isn't like Power Rangers.
Yeah. This is not Saturday morning cartoon.
He had a power level of like 5 or something like that.
It's like less than that.
As out of all of you, Doug will probably know the answer to this. Why the hell are all of them named after vegetables, like all the Saiyans?
Yeah, what
It's
is that?
Just Toriyama's sense of humor. He just thought it was funny. Also, in Japan, like puns and stuff are a lot more like prevalent as comedy and like stuff because of the way their language works.
Yeah, but I don't see the humor.
It's because it's lost in translation, Mike.
Toriyama's
It's-
a real
it's-
weird dude.
Well, it's not just that, but Japanese culture in general, they have a different sense of humor, and the way their language works, it sets up for words to me.
Here's
have
the
multiple
best way to
meanings.
explain it for Mike. You know the difference between American and British comedy?
Yeah.
That's the same thing, just a different kind, American to Japanese comedy.
Japanese is like balls to the wall.
The Japanese comedy of that era is like, remember those Schwarzenegger energy drink commercials from Japan that I showed you?
Oh,
Yeah.
Those were from the same era that Dragon Ball started. They was from the 80s. Like that's what Japan thought was funny. It's so
Ichiban.
out there.
Like, is there
Lipstick for men.
one saying that their name's not a vegetable?
Nappa?
Nope, Napa root.
What the fuck is that?
It's a root they make tea out of.
Really?
Dude, what the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
I've never heard of that in my life.
And what is that?
And what is that?
What about Bardock?
Yeah, Bardock.
Bardock.
That's also a root.
Is it?
Show me.
Yeah.
Show me.
Show me. Well, luckily I have one right here.
Yeah. Go to Google. I want you to show me.
Oh, you hear the keyboard clicking away?
No, because he like it's that look on his
It's pronounced burdock root, but yeah.
Oh,
face. Okay, I'll give that to you. Okay.
holy fuck. What about trunks?
Okay, listen. that is a Earth name,
No, Trunks it's literally a play on Bulma,
right?
Brief,
Yeah, I get that because then they named their daughter Bra.
Bulu.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But their last name is Brief. It's a joke. Trunks
Right.
is a type of pants for
But
briefs.
they're not saying
Yeah, like
names.
Bulma like roughly translates to like panties, which is weird.
What kind of vegetable?
And it makes
is
me
like
feel
Gohan?
weird things.
Gohan is also not a Saiyan name because that was named after his grandpa Gohan.
You said what Saiyans aren't named after vegetables. We just named two.
Okay.
Well, after his grandpa got crushed by the monkey, he was kind of a vegetable.
The Ozaru.
Oh,
That's fucked up.
Dude, that's how you plant a root vegetable, right?
That's how you.
you gotta smash it into the
That's
ground.
fucked up. Makes me think of Space Jam when Bugs gets crushed. Is that your man? Bugs gets fucking. God damn it, poor
Holy
Grandpa
shit.
Gohan. And then years later, Goku figures out like he's the one that did it to him. That's heartbreaking.
So at what moment do you think that Vegeta and Goku actually become friends?
I think it's more of a mutual respect than a friendship.
There's definitely like it's like a love-hate relationship, but it's definitely some sort of friendship.
In Super, they're legitimately friends.
Yeah,
now,
in Super
but
they are.
By the end of Dragon Ball Z, like Vegeta's like voice narrating, he says, Kakarot, my old friend. Like he.
Yeah,
I guess.
But
yeah,
that's at the very end.
Vegeta accepts him as like his friend.
okay.
Like,
I actually know the exact moment they became friends.
okay.
When Majin Vegeta sacrificed himself to save Bulma Trunks, he says, "Even you, Kakarot."
And yes, even you.
I think that's
Kakarot.
when they became.
And then freeze frame.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can see that.
I think that's when he admitted that Goku was his buddy at
Yeah.
that point.
That's what I think.
But there was always that respect. But he had that pride that he lost.
Right. Whenever Vegeta can admit that Goku's a better warrior than him, that's a bigger moment than a friendship.
Actually,
I-
yeah, I was gonna say that might be one of my favorite moments in the entire series is during the Buu arc when
It's
they're like
one
when
of
he's
them,
watching him fight and he's like, "I finally understand, Kakarot. You win because you simply cannot lose. You're
Yeah.
better than me. You're the best."
There are some, believe it or not, beautiful fucking thoughts in that show.
Yeah, there has
Oh,
to be an uncensored version where Vegeta says, "You're the fucking best.
You're the fucking man, dog.
You really are the man."
I wish he was flipping him off as he said it because that would just be
Fucking,
Vegeta.
you're the best.
And just to think they were going to kill Vegeta off very early.
I
And
yeah.
He actually is my like because they ruined Gohan, Vegeta became my favorite character.
That's a pretty popular pick for favorite.
Us real Vegeta fans don't accept your bullshit. Get out of here, you prideless fucking.
Gohan would be my favorite if it wasn't for Kid Gohan and Adult
It's
Gohan.
such a waste of potential.
That Teen Gohan, pretty badass.
Because
Yeah,
let's all agree here that Gohan could easily be the strongest one of all of them if they would have just let him develop
Nope.
that way. Not
It's a
even
no.
Not even no.
Since we're on this subject, Doug,
Not even no.
Doug,
Yeah,
who's,
yeah.
who's your favorite?
Vegeta.
Mike,
It's Vegeta now. Yeah, it
Adrian?
used to be Gohan.
God damn it.
Vegeta just has the best.
I
character
wanted to do
development.
that because I do Adrian.
Vegeta
Yeah.
or Piccolo, but probably Vegeta.
Vegeta has the best lines.
Vegeta has the only real character development.
I mean,
in the
listen,
does, he
series.
does.
Even in Super, Vegeta says himself that Gohan has the best potential out of all of them.
But why?
I would like to point out that in Super, he says the line, don't touch my Bulma.
Don't touch
That's
my
my-
Bulma.
That is
Yeah.
like the
That's
biggest
my Bulma.
character development
Yeah.
for him of all of them.
And they even say that he surpasses Goku in that moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys failed to set up my joke.
Yep.
I
You're
wanted
welcome.
you guys to say, well, who's yours? But none of you did.
Oh, hey, Corey, who's your favorite character?
Nope, doesn't work now.
No, we can edit it.
You're not editing all that out. We just talked about Vegeta for a second.
We can just move it over.
That's a lot of work.
Corey did
Okay, yeah,
ask
that's
us.
true.
Corey did ask us all our characters, and we just moved on.
Honestly, though, who
Corey.
is your favorite? Who is your favorite?
Yamcha.
Edit that out. Anyway.
Yeah, we're editing that
No,
out.
my actual
I got
favorite
that.
though. My actual favorite is Piccolo.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's
That's
also that's also the man who created the show's favorite character.
Oh shit. Hey Toriyama.
Yes. I can see. I can vibe.
On the flip side of that,
Yes.
who is your least favorite character?
Waka.
Okay. Hey, brother, we fighting them Saiyans, yeah?
Find the sands, yeah.
There's the mashup we need.
The mashup we never knew we
I
needed.
just wanna, I wanna edit it like Saiyan hair over his hair, but really badly, so you can still see his hair under it.
And then we can just make a spirit ball and a blitz ball.
I'm gonna summon my spirit ball.
Kid Boo's a hell of a keeper, though. He
Actually,
fucking-
I think Yamcha might be the most disappointing character because of how cool they made him in Dragon Ball.
Oh, he was
And
so
then
cool
They
in
just
Dragon
were
Ball,
like,
yeah.
fuck this.
Yeah,
and
he,
Tien.
he had the biggest slide for sure.
What happened
Tien
to his
as
Wolfang
well.
fist?
Tien still had moments where, like when he held off Cell.
He held off Cell. He saved fucking Dende from
Tien
Boo.
was
Like,
pretty
he's
cool.
Still, but he was weak as fuck and still.
He was
came
weak,
close.
but he was the shit.
They also kind of gave him a little bit of redemption in the Tournament of Power as well.
My least favorite character actually coincides with my favorite moment of the show when Chiaotzu blows himself up to try and kill Nappa.
Is it Jiaozu a Pokemon? Dude, Abridged does it great. When Nappa hears
Yeah.
the name Chiaotzu, he's like, is that a Pokemon? And, and then he throws a Pokeball at him.
And then he just says Chiaotzu when he blows up. Chiaotzu!
Chiaotzu. Oh my, yeah, if you haven't
Chaozu
seen-
uses self-destruct.
Yeah, basically. If you haven't seen Abridged, you really should. It's a masterpiece. Shout out to Team 4-Star. They are amazing people.
They're awesome.
Oh man,
Wait, so is your least favorite character Chaozu? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, he actually is. I
He's
just don't
really
think
annoying.
he adds anything. He's annoying. He's got that high pitch voice, and he looks like those creepy Japanese dolls that I hate.
Oh
Yeah,
Ceramic
he's
dolls, I
supposed
hate
to.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I can't stand it.
Is that like
What?
your least favorite fighter or just character in general?
Just character.
It's hard to call him a fighter.
well, you know what? In Dragon Ball, he was in the tournament.
Yeah, but he didn't really.
I just
He floated there and used telekinesis. He never really fought.
I just thought of the the exchange between Krillin and Chaozu, and Krillin, he's making fun of Krillin for being bald, and he's like, "What about you?" And he takes his thing off. He's got one little fucking hair. And he's like, "I'm not bald."
Huh, now I'm trying to think. Like, I'm just trying to think of a character that annoys me every time I see them on screen.
Chi-Chi.
Yeah, Chi-Chi
Chi-Chi.
sucks.
Worst
Yeah, I
character.
don't like Chi-Chi at all.
No wonder Goku's always dead.
Mine's a toss up between either Oolong or Jocko.
Oolong has his moments.
Is Oolong the peg?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has his
Okay.
moments where he's kind of funny. I can kind of forgive him.
He was the first comic relief character.
Yeah.
I liked him in Dragon Ball, but then he just kind of got annoying.
Well, it's because
afterwards.
him and Poor became really useless.
I unironically love Yajirobe.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yajirobe's great.
Okay, my actual favorite character, like my favorite not
Yajirobe.
serious character, no, is Mr. Satan. Hercule.
Yes.
Is my
Hercule's
fucking
the
hero,
best.
man.
Oh yeah.
He is the world champ. Show some respect.
I'll kick his butt once I get over the stomach bug.
Adrian, you need to put some respect on Yajirobe's name. He saved the Earth.
He did.
He did.
Yajirobe's a fucking hero.
He absolutely did.
That's
It's funny as
Master
fuck because he balled up hard to do that. Because Yajirobe had no interest in ever helping.
Talk about character development. I think Yajirobe had, and it was all done in one episode.
And he changed not at all.
Yeah, he learns nothing from it.
Then he gets pissed on by Baby Trunks.
I love in Super when they go to the future Trunks' timeline to try to fight Zamasu, and they fucking find Yajirobe, and you're like, of course he survives.
He hides. That's what he does, man. He
Yeah.
survives.
He knows how to. He knows
Plus,
how to live.
he's right hand man with Korin. And that dude,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
grows sensu beans. So
Oh yeah, Corin fucks.
Korin fucks. No,
Korin the
Mr. Popo fucks.
Oh yeah. Oh, how can I forget Mr. Popo?
Mr.
Call
Popo
me.
in Abridged,
In
man.
Abridged.
Mr. Popo is the man.
He's great and abridged. He's so fucking OG. It's crazy.
They basically just make him like the fucking strongest
Yeah.
character and edit it so anytime he's on screen, he's like, "What did you just say to me?" And everyone's like, "Sorry, Mr. Popo."
He's literally Notorious B.I.G. if you insulted him. To
Yeah,
his face.
Goku literally has like PTSD moments about the way Popo trained him. He's like, "Oh God, not Popo, no!" Like, shit like that.
I think I would watch a show called The Adventures of Mr. Popo.
Fuck yeah.
Popo's Island Adventure.
Bro, remember his fucking when he's getting on the when he's getting on Cell ship, or no, when he's getting on the ship with Bulma, they can see if they can get it operating to go to Namek.
Piccolo.
Bro, his vertical's fucking insane.
And he doesn't even take his hands out from behind his
I
back.
know.
He
He
just
doesn't even like form his jump. He just whip. I think Mr. Popo secretly is like the greatest.
What even
warrior.
is he?
Yeah, I don't
He's the
know.
he's the guy who helps the Guardian Earth. That's
I don't
but
know
Mike,
that
are
they
you
ever
talking
say
about
what
like
his race is.
Yeah, his race or his?
Before Whis came along, Mr. Popo was the original. Like, you had no idea how strong he really was.
What
So-
are you hiding behind those eyes?
you guys know Kami, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of
Kami is
him.
just Japanese for God.
Oh,
Okay.
I
So
didn't
every
know
time
that.
they say Kami-sama is just like the respectable way to say like God.
Yeah.
And so anytime they're talking about Kami, they're just talking about God. So at the end of Dragon Ball, when Goku was offered to become Guardian Earth, he was literally offered to become God, and he's like, "Fuck that, I'm out."
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, well then
Yeah.
it went to little bitch Dende.
Hey,
Hey, what do you have against
But
Dende?
yeah, like fuck, man.
he killed that job. He did a great job.
You over
Dende's a
here
bitch.
hating on Namekians, you racist motherfucker?
No, I love
Racist.
Piccolo. I love Piccolo. And
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was that other
Nail.
guy's name? Yeah, Nail.
Nail,
Yeah.
Nail is Piccolo.
Is it?
Nail
Well,
and
he's-
Kami are
well-
both Piccolo. Yeah, Jordan.
Nail,
both.
oh my, that's another great gag
Yeah.
in the fucking
Yeah.
Abridged series. Is
Yeah.
Kami and Nail are still inside Piccolo's head and constantly like fighting each other, like yelling at each other, and Piccolo's like, "Shut up!"
I don't think he knows what he's doing, Nail. No, definitely not. It's so good.
When does Piccolo absorb Kami again? Is that during like the Android saga?
It's when he first comes across Cell. No, when they get their ass beat by Android 18 and 17 and Vegeta gets his
Yeah.
arm broken and shit. He's like, "Fuck," and pieces out because he needs power.
Is that true? Like at that moment, he was like the strongest warrior when he absorbed Kami.
Yeah,
He became a super Namek, which did make him the strongest person for a moment.
yeah. He was the strongest character on screen. He was stronger than Cell even at that
Wow.
point. He was the strongest character in the series for like 10 episodes.
Fun. Piccolo getting some fucking love.
His power matched Vegeta's when he took in Nail on Namek. He just wasn't quite as strong as Frieza yet.
Oh yeah, nowhere near as strong as Frieza.
He was stronger than the first two. Like he was
Right.
the strongest person there until fucking Frieza went third form and was like, I'm just kidding, you guys suck. Oh, by the way, I have another form.
Which, can I say, that kind of defeated the whole, like, for a couple seasons there, you're like, all you're hearing about is this Super Saiyan. And then when he finally goes Super Saiyan and Goku lets him go to his final form, it basically nullifies the fear of Super Saiyans because he matches them.
Yeah.
It just took it away completely.
Oh, because Frieza's like still kind of beating his ass?
Yeah.
See, like, a lot of people I know that are my age are all about the Frieza saga, and I personally think that was one of the weakest points of the series.
It's so fucking long.
I love it.
Oh, I love the Frieza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love it too, but I don't think it's as good as See, I'm also of the unpopular opinion that the Boo arc is my favorite arc because of all the
Boo
cool
is my
things that
favorite
happen.
arc.
Oh, yeah, no, not me.
Yeah, we have an unpopular opinion there, Corey. Most people
yeah,
would tell us we're stupid. Yeah,
Fat Majin Buu.
I would have liked the show.
One of my
If...
favorites.
Me eat you now.
me gonna eat you out. Me gonna eat you out.
You know, I personally, my probably unpopular opinion is I think Dragon Ball Z would have been even better if it would have ended right after the Cell
That's
saga.
not unpopular.
Okay.
No, you're right about that. It actually
Not
would have
only
been a great
is
ending.
that not unpopular, it was the intended ending.
Oh,
The only thing I don't like about
well, they fucked up.
The only thing I don't like about the Boo saga is what they did my man Gohan dirty. Other than that, it's a great saga.
No, except for that moment when he rolls up in Mystic form as the strongest character in the series, mollywops Boo's ass for a couple episodes. And then, not only that, he says one of like the most fucking ice cold fucking lines in the series when Boo's like, "Oh, you're here to fight Boo?" And he looks at him with like that fucking look. And he's like, "Fight you? No, I'm here to kill you." That was Gohan's greatest moment.
Once he goes and unlocks his true potential with the Master Kai,
He became way too cocky.
He gets back to where he was, like one of the best characters in the show, but I don't know, he was a little bit ruined by that point.
And you guys hate Great Saiyaman. Fuck you all.
I don't. I just said I don't
love
like Great
Great
Saiyaman.
Now, Mike, I don't like him. I think it's
I don't like him either.
Because they went from badass Gohan to that.
Yeah. I mean, they even explained it.
I love that they were trying something there. I don't like that it was Gohan. If it
Yeah.
had been a different character doing that Great Saiyaman, it would have been funny.
Yeah, he
Because
didn't.
it was Gohan, the person who one-armed walked towards Cell like it was no fucking big deal, killed him. And then he became the Great Saiyaman, just pisses me off.
The kid that punched him so fucking hard he spit out an android.
That's right. That's right.
He coughed up a blonde woman.
And then Krillin fucked that android.
Yo, that was inside Cell. Yeah, it was.
And now I'm inside.
That moment is still one of the greatest Dragon Ball moments ever when Gohan defeats Cell.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's my number one moment.
Mine
Unfortunately, there's just like 5 other ones that I like more.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Well, you're not a Gohan fan then. That makes sense.
I am, just not. He's like number 5, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like the whole okay.
What's your
That's
number one?
respectable.
No, what's your number one then? I'm
He already
really
said.
curious now.
Well,
Vegeta.
it's Vegeta, but then as a caveat, Hercule because he's hilarious. But Vegeta as my
The
favorite
two
series
greatest
character.
warriors on Earth.
Matched in speed, intellect, and strength.
Not character. What is your
Whoa,
favorite
whoa.
moment?
My favorite moment?
Yeah.
It's torn between 2. One is Vegeta, one's a Vegeta one, one's a Goku one. I don't know if I could pick. I don't think I can. It's been over the years. I've tried.
What are they?
Vegeta's sacrifice when he blows himself up, gives his awesome speech, says a sacrifice, and then the narrator kicks in and is like, and thus Earth lost one of its mightiest warriors. His name was Vegeta, a proud Saiyan prince.
That moment after he punches Goku's 7-year-old son in the stomach.
Oh, dude, that was
That was
Come
for
on,
his own
come
good.
on.
He
did that
had
for
it
Goku.
coming.
He looked-
Vegeta took out all his inferiority complex on Goku on his son.
He looks just like him.
if he wanted to hurt Goten, he could have hurt Goten.
I know.
But
I wanted to make his heroic moment less heroic.
hey, man, he did that. You all know Goku wanted to do that for years, so he just did it for him.
I do love how softly Vegeta went down and just like he punched him so lightly, but it fucking like knocked him out instantly.
But my other favorite moment is actually the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Just between the music and the fucking how it showed basically like that fucking it zooms in on the eye and it's like showing like the more primals
Like, and
all
this
that.
is taking it one step further.
I hate you. You could have just said the line, man. And this is to go a little bit further.
There it is. I guess.
And this is to go even.
Not much
further
not much
down.
conviction in that Goku. Yeah, I guess I'll take it up another level. Yeah, Sean Schimmel, right? He's the American voice actor.
Yeah.
He actually surprisingly that wasn't the moment, but he actually fainted once while screaming as Goku.
Man, his voice cracked in that one. I felt a few
I know
times.
that's why I felt like because when I was reading that, I'm like, oh, it had
What
to
was
be
the
when he
moment?
goes. I guess
This is a fun fact alert.
yeah, fun fact alert. I guess it was a moment
The
in
theme's different every time.
Dragon Ball GT when he goes Super Saiyan 4,
Oh,
which I'm not
Okay.
as familiar with GT, so I don't know the exact moment.
that doesn't exist because it was retconned.
So he never passed out while
Well,
going
okay,
voice.
that's actually the one arc of GT I like is the baby
The Super
Vegeta
Saiyan
arc.
4?
Yeah, when he gets Super Saiyan 4. And,
Is that when they have like the monkey arms and the red hair or the
Yeah, they're uncontrollable.
If
Yeah.
I could take anything from GT, it would be Super Saiyan 4 form.
I always said that if they could have brought Super Saiyan 4 into the regular like lexicon of Dragon Ball Z, I would have been okay with that.
But yeah, I guess Toriyama hates everything about GT. So
No, he does. He doesn't exactly. He didn't really hate it. He didn't write it. His
Right.
protege wrote the whole thing. That's why it seemed like the writing got really simplistic in a sense because he was really young at the time.
Super retconned everything GT did.
Not everything.
I just
about.
GT's biggest issue for me was just the stupid storyline of defeating the dragons, and
I didn't
I
like
just
how they
didn't
made
care about
Goku a
that.
kid again.
They-
Like right
plus
off the
they
bat,
made him a
almost.
kid again, and it was like just watching somebody's D&D wet
It
dream
did. It
play
kind
out.
of seemed like it was like a fan fiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it essentially was because his protege wrote it. It was basically fan fiction.
Well, yeah,
from a
you're
guy
right.
who-
Yeah.
there are very few people in the world who are huge Dragon Ball fans that actually like GT. And if you ever talk to one, there is no arguing with them because they just
Yep, I have one.
It was actually. It was a lot more liked in Japan, and here I think I know why. In Japan, the musical score wasn't done by Bruce Faulkner like it was here for
Okay.
DBZ. It was the same music from the beginning of Dragon Ball. The same person wrote the music all the way through GT.
All right.
And then over here we had Dragon Ball, which had the weird old Japanese music that none of us are familiar with. Then we had DBZ that got rid of the Japanese music, had Bruce Faulkner do it, and that's what we all grew up with.
Gave us
Then it
Rock
went
the
to
Dragon.
GT, and they had this garbage like hip hop, like 90s hip hop, fucking
Well-
awful bullshit
well,
tracks.
It went with Vegeta's mustache.
Yeah, and it just, and I firmly believe that music plays such an impactful part of why people love Dragon Ball Z. It like enhances all the moments. And Corey, don't check out because I'm getting
Just in
there.
general, music plays a big part of anything. Like
I almost fell asleep.
if,
Yeah.
if the
it plays
music's
such a-
wrong, it's not gonna
Yeah, so
come
like
off
when
the way
we
you
saw
want it to.
GT, we heard all this jank ass fucking shitty music behind everything. It was like nothing felt epic. Everything felt really mediocre and lame because there was nothing enhancing. And I think that helped that and also just the weaker story in general, just all that together culminated in just like the abysmal feeling we all have for it over here in the West.
It just didn't live up to its predecessor.
Oh no, not at all.
Super did a much better job. Super has done a much better job of that than GT ever did.
Oh yeah.
The animation's
I
a
would
little
agree with
weird.
that.
I'll agree with that. I wish they'd have done it in the old style animation, but
It has its moments, but they're
That's my
definitely
biggest complaint.
they're
Yeah.
going with what they're using a computer now, and I think it's quicker. Obviously,
I totally get
So-
why they can make more episodes faster now. It lost some of the magic when it wasn't.
I
pen to
agree.
paper or pencil.
Yeah,
to paper.
it's different when you're not hand drawing shit
Yeah.
on a cell.
Perfect. So
Since,
Imperfect.
we
so.
only have
Eh.
an hour left, I will ask the big question that I was going to ask.
Since we only have an hour left.
Yeah, well, I want to be able to get into it. I want to be able to get into it a little bit, you know. So Doug probably might already know this because he's actually read all the way through the Super
Well,
manga.
mm.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I've never read
Well,
any
it's
of
not
it.
over. It's still going. But
Right.
yeah, I'm totally up to
But
it.
do you guys ever feel like Vegeta's ever going to get his chance to actually be the hero, like to be the one that takes out the bad guy?
yeah, he's had a couple moments where you think he did, then it was a little bit of a turn on him.
Like there's that one moment in Super where he should have, but then Frieza was about to destroy the entire world, and Whis had to turn back time just enough for Goku to save the day.
Fucking gold Vegeta or gold Frieza.
Who can the Earth's been destroyed like 40 times. Why did they even?
Hey,
you know why they did it? They did it just so Goku could fucking steal another win from Vegeta.
Here's the problem with it. Here's the problem: is Goku is probably the most popular character in existence in Japan. Like, there is no other fucking character that they care about more.
More than Mario?
It's not even a comparison.
Holy fuck!
Dude, have you seen the French fries at McDonald's over there?
I love that.
Everybody knows and watches Dragon Ball in Japan. Every person, every man, woman, and child knows of it and loves it.
Child's first words, Kakarot.
Also, it's a Vegeta fan.
Exactly. Damn you, Kakarot.
Vegeta's
only fan.
Nah, okay. So, have you guys ever?
Body. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that.
Have you guys ever played Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Yes.
DBF.
Yeah.
Okay. So I used to play that game online, and in the ranked lobby I went in, there was always this dude standing there who was really high ranked, and his account name was Bulma's OnlyFans.
Oh Jesus,
That's great. And I would pay for it.
I'm sure you can find that free on the internet.
Yes. Oh yeah, probably.
Not that I've looked or anything.
Not that I have it saved on my phone.
Delete browser history.
Cool. Hey Mike.
Yeah.
The answer to your question. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Do you
I
want
don't-
that?
I'm not-
do you want
I'm
me
not
to
like-
answer that question.
Out of the four of us, I probably care about spoilers the least.
Okay. So there's an arc that hasn't been animated yet, the Moro arc.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, possibly one of my favorite arcs in all of Dragon Ball. And it's not even animated yet. That they almost gave him the win, but then laughed.
Almost.
No, it was so close, dude. He did all this shit. Goku and Piccolo were even like, "Damn, dude, I think he beat you this time." Goku was like, "Yeah, man, he really fucking came in clutch, basically." And everyone was just like, and Piccolo like had this whole, "I can't believe. Did you ever believe he'd become this person?" And they gave him like all the he got redemption with the Namekians and everything in this arc. It was beautiful. And then they took the W from him at the very end and threw it in Goku's lap.
Of course they
I
did.
was so mad.
God damn it!
Now, in Vegeta's defense, I mean, he
No.
beat that fat android. He beat up Goten.
Android experience fear.
He beat up a 7-year-old child. he
Two
beat
of them.
two of them. Corey, it's like the Louis C.K. I'll kick the shit out of a whole group of 2-year-olds.
between actual fights between Vegeta and Goku, mind you, we'll ignore the fact that Goku could win Super Saiyan 3 during one of them.
Yeah.
Vegeta's won every single time.
That they faced off?
Yes. Yeah.
He's had the upper hand each time.
Barring all the times that Goku could have smacked the shit out of him, he totally
If it
won
would
every-
not have been for Yajirobe, Vegeta probably would have killed Goku in the very first Saiyan arc.
Yeah, had it not been for Gohan and Krillin and all of them.
Hey,
Vegeta
but here's the
cheated.
thing. Here's the thing. Who was laying on their back with a sword to their throat? Oh
Okay,
yeah, Krillin won that fight.
That wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Krillin won
Go-
that.
Goku's not the one that won that. Goku was about to get his ass spanked.
You know, as they say, history is written by the winner, Mike.
That
Before
pisses me off.
before Vegeta turned into an ape, Goku had him. I mean, of course, I can't take that away. It's all all fair when
So-
you're fighting, but
So, Doug.
Yeah.
According to that theory, do you think eventually the show's going to end and it's going to be Bob Saget telling his kids the story of how he became a Super Saiyan?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think that's possible now.
Yeah.
Then again, Bob Saget's just chilling with King Kai.
Chilling.
nowadays.
Hold on,
They
hold
already
on, hold on.
filmed it.
I got some Dragon Balls back here. Let's just wish the man back to
hey,
life.
yeah. I don't know if it's worth the wish.
Mike, I don't want to watch you rub your balls on camera.
Ah, sorry, Bob Saget. And that, kids, is the story of how I defeated Kakarot. No, you didn't, Dad. Damn it.
Is that Whitey or White Goodman?
Wait, good.
That, kids, is how I beat Kakarot.
Dude, there's this fucking, I can't remember who did it, but they made like a parody song about like Vegeta was trying to write a love song for Bulma, and it just kept turning into him wanting to kill Kakarot. He's like, I have to write this song for your mother, Trunks. Can you help me? Oh, Bulma, the way you see her. And then that clown Kakarot comes in and we kill him. It's like, God damn it.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit!
That's what I like about Vegeta. He has a personality.
So on actual, like, in animation, not in the comics or the manga. Sorry, don't want to say comics. That's the wrong terminology.
Manga's just comics for
I
Japanese
know,
people.
I know, but
Or,
I didn't want anybody like fucking chastising me.
Fuck them.
So anything
disagree.
that's actually been animated, what is your guys' favorite villain arc out of all three? Well, fuck it, we'll even include GT, even though I guarantee nobody's favorite villain arc is in GT.
Oh, that's actually some of them. There's two in there that are actually really good.
In
But-
GT.
Yeah, there's just some
Oh, they're good, but
executional
there's
flaws, but the idea is pretty gnarly. Favorite villain arc?
Ooh, that's good.
I mean, I like Boo.
Yeah, Boo would be down on my
Just-
list.
Well, I love it because it was so different from the rest. Like, it was so wild. Boo was just whooping at, like, it was just, like, the Z Fighters were taking L after L after L. Everything was looking
Right.
awful the whole time. It just got, and every time it got worse, every time it was already bad, it just got worse. Like, anytime a ray of hope showed up, it was snuffed out.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Anytime they were like, "Oh, we got this," Boo would find another.
Oh,
way
no, that's
to be like,
mine now.
"Nah."
I
Fuck.
love Boo because his transformations were so different from each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like
his
there
whole
was not
personality
one
changed.
the same as the
Yeah,
other.
like the first Boo, it's like it was like a game to him. I think they even say that in the show. Like when he's fighting, it's like a game.
Yeah, he was just having a good. He was like a child, basically. He was
Right.
having fun.
Kid Boo wasn't Kid Boo was the actual first Boo. By
Exactly.
like the
That was his
story.
original form.
Yeah,
Which is why it was such a fucking just destroy. There was
Yeah.
no more talking.
Yep.
He just instantly destroyed Earth. That
and
was
all
the
he did,
first thing
all he did was just laugh maniacally.
I love when Goku's like powering up and he's just sleeping. Goku's like, "Oh, he's sleeping. How dare him?" Oh, that's
Like
funny.
that was why I love the Boo arc. It was just so different. Like it was so.
It was
cool.
definitely different.
It was definitely
At the time Toriyama was writing it, he was actually hospitalized for exhaustion because he was working 15. He was writing 15 hours a day.
Holy
So
shit.
half of that arc was just a fever dream. He doesn't even remember doing it.
That when that must have been when they were inside of him trying to chop all the pods
Oh
out.
Jesus, yeah, that was a thing.
I
Yeah,
love Boo, dude.
Voodoo. Tonally, it's definitely the most like out and left field of all Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Don't work for 16 hours a day, kids. It's not worth it.
Kids. No, but
Just do drugs instead if you want to feel like.
I don't know if Frieza's my favorite saga because it does go on a long time, and like the first third of it, I would say is kind of boring. Like when they get on Namek and they're like scouting for the Dragon Balls.
You don't like Zarbon?
Dodoria.
Midoriya?
So ball.
I do love when Vegeta runs into them, like how fucking terrified they are. But I think Goku versus Frieza, like the whole starting with the Ginyu Force, I think from that point on, that's probably my favorite like little stretch of Dragon Ball Z. I love Goku and Frieza's fight.
I can't believe they eventually brought back the fucking Ginyu frog eventually. It was so long later. I can't
Fucking
believe
In
Captain
Super,
Ginyu.
yeah.
yeah.
Change now.
I always wish they hadn't. Like in my mind, he's still hopping around. Like that
Yeah.
dog in Ginny's body's still hopping around on Earth somewhere, and nobody's ever found out.
Yeah, because it was another one of those situations where I guarantee it was just Toriyama forgot that it existed and he
Because it wasn't supposed to matter. It was just supposed to be a gag, and that was supposed to be the end of it.
Yeah, and I don't know
Us rabid fans, we gotta have fucking payoffs.
And why the fuck didn't Toriyama why didn't Ginyu just over the years get himself into bigger and bigger animals, like to make himself more intimidating? He just stayed a frog for fucking ever.
when he was a frog, didn't he have to write in the thing that said "change now"?
Oh, that's right. They had,
Yeah, so he
couldn't talk, so they had to say it.
Yeah, see, Dragon Ball Z's always been a little fucking wacky. It's not just the Buu saga.
What gave it away?
No, but I think that still has the distinction of the longest anime battle in history. It was like over 4 hours long, 20 episodes. Goku versus Frieza.
Nah,
Yeah,
Doug would know that more.
Yeah, I don't know if that still holds up, but I know for a while it was the longest.
Does that? Are we counting that the Buu saga was one long fight?
Yeah, that's true because that's. I think it's just like a single battle.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so just Goku.
Because like
versus
otherwise,
Frieza.
it's like the Buu saga was like 100+ episodes, and it just was like a non-stop.
of Buu just
battle.
kicking their ass.
Hey, there was like 2 episodes where Gohan kicked his ass.
That's true.
Yeah, Mike, you actually started on a arc that's non-canon and was not part of the manga, and
Wait,
then you talk about
Garlic
Python,
Jr.?
who's not canon and wasn't part
I
of the manga.
Yeah, no, but I just think Frieza
And
was
then you complained about GT because it's not canon and part of the manga.
Well, no.
that's not canon.
No. GT was retconned. It doesn't exist.
It does.
Yeah.
I've seen it on TV.
Neither does non-canon.
Pycon and Garlic Jr. still exist in the anime. GT just doesn't exist according to Super anymore.
You can go watch it right now.
How dare? Why would you waste the time?
Yeah, I watched the beginning at one time. That's enough.
I
Yeah.
watched it. I think I got through 14 or 15 episodes when it like started, and then I just completely stopped.
So I have a question.
Okay.
At the beginning of the series, like everything was a lot more obviously simple. I'm talking about DBZ. We don't have to talk. We're talking about really for this. Arcs were a lot shorter. Like the Raditz thing, that was really cool, right? It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
5
Like
episodes.
4 or 5
that was
episodes,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was done. Would you have preferred if the series had been more like that, where like things just were happening quickly, like before they got to the? Because up to that point, it was Namek that really started to drag everything out.
No, and here's the reason.
Okay.
The formula of Dragon Ball Z is, oh no, this tough guy's here. I better get tougher. I struggle. I win. Oh no, this tough guy's here. I better get tougher. I struggle. I win. Oh no, this tough guy's here. I better get better. I struggle. I win.
Shonen anime, kids.
But wait,
If
what happens? What happens after that?
But then this tough guy shows up and he's very strong. I better get stronger. and then I get
Holy
stronger, then I win.
shit! I didn't see that coming.
Exactly. But if they had done it short like Raditz each time, the formula would have been way more obvious.
There's only one arc where that formula wasn't followed completely,
What?
and it's actually one of my favorites, and it's the Zamasu arc, because they never got strong enough to defeat him. They had to call on
Omni King.
Yeah, they had to call on the Omni King to get rid of the entire universe in order to get rid of Zamasu.
I have mixed feelings about that arc.
Dude, it's
Well-
I don't know. I just love it so much.
Well, they ruined Future Trunks, first of all.
They did ruin Future Trunks. I will say that, but I love Zamasu as a villain. I don't know why.
Yeah, he was neat. I have some problems with Super as a whole, like the fact that they kidified the series.
I didn't get that far in Super.
They made it a lot more childish. No blood.
They had to bring in a younger crowd to the series, I think, to keep it going. Because us aging millennials in our 30s, let's be honest, only half of us that watched it are probably still watching Super. Like
yeah,
Adrian,
I don't
for
know if that's
example.
true.
But I feel like the reason, if it is only half of us, I think the reason is because of all the stuff they took out.
Yeah, like
If they had
literally,
catered more to us, I think it would be just as popular as Dragon Ball Z was.
like right now, like it's probably by the end of One Piece, it'll probably end up surpassing Dragon Ball Z as the most popular like fucking thing ever.
It's already getting
It might actually already be there. It has never fucking went backwards in that regard. It's actually gotten more brutal as it's progressed, and it's over 1,000 episodes deep, and it's not like new kids are jumping in an episode 1,000 and shit, and they've never had to do that. They've never had to like dumb it down, essentially. They never had to like take out the blood or like the rough shit, and
Yeah.
it's running, and it's gonna end up being the most popular anime of all time if it's not already.
I would agree with you, because like I've seen people reimagine art from Super. Like I remember
You've seen
vividly-
Totally Not Mark's videos, haven't you?
Yeah. Yes. I remember, like, one of the ones that I vividly remember is they show Kale, and I can't ever fucking say her name.
Kefla.
Kefla.
Oh, Khalifa.
Khalifa,
and
yeah.
Kale, and then
And
Kefla,
Kale,
yeah.
they show them together, and they're like bloodied and bruised. But the Super version, obviously, it doesn't have the blood and barely.
I was thinking of Mia Khalifa.
Well, that is a whole different ballgame.
I was gonna say, if she's in it, fuck.
Actually, the body frame is a little bit similar.
Yeah,
Kefla's fucking awesome. One of the
Yes,
coolest
yes.
characters they
I
had.
agree. Yes.
Well,
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I love all the Universe 6 Saiyans, even stupid Kaba.
fuck Kaba. I hate him.
I don't know. I love his little like kiss ass thing to Vegeta all the time. Vegeta's like trying so hard.
I hate why I don't understand why they made them like stick figures.
It was just the way Universe 6 Saiyans are.
Yeah, tell that to fucking Kale, dude. She fucking went berserker mode.
Well, that's true. Well, that was a different form of form of Saiyan or Super Saiyan.
Dude, she was already buffer than Kaba. They both were buffer than Kaba.
Well,
He's a little bitch.
Well,
Fuck him.
I just love Kaba's little
Fuck
kiss ass
Kaba.
attitude towards Vegeta, but yeah, Kaba's a bitch. See, Adrian, you are missing some good moments by not watching Super.
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct. Jiren alone is worth watching. Super
Yes,
for.
Jiren's
He's my
wonderful.
favorite
Oh,
villain. Period.
That's what I wanted to ask.
He's not even a villain.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
why
Jiren's
he's
not even a
phenomenal.
villain. He's actually a good guy. But how do you feel about the Ultra Instinct thing then?
I fucking love it,
Did you not get chills the first time you did it?
dude.
I don't know why I did.
I love the tournament power. The whole thing.
I thought
I
you
just-
said you had weird views.
I
on
have
Tournament Power.
have complaints, but I still love it.
Oh.
You're allowed to have issues with things
Yeah.
you like, Mike. I know you don't get that.
I think the tournament power is a little longer than it should have been.
Well, that's
But-
certainly true.
You can say that on any
Yeah.
insert Dragon Ball Z, mention arc name, and say it should be a
I
little
know.
shorter.
It's only like 30.
Everybody
It's only
agrees
supposed to
with
be like a 30-minute tournament, and it lasts like was it like 40 something episodes?
that. It was one episode per minute of the tournament. You know, it
No,
was a
that
45-minute tournament. And there was 45 episodes. Hey, we all know that the way the time scale works in anime, 1 minute
I mean-
is equivalent to 20 of ours.
Listen, I
It's
mean,
like the hyperbolic time.
It's
scale.
not super far fetched. How I Met Your Mother made an entire season out of a weekend. There's a TV show called 24, which is awful.
Yeah. Each episode
Hey,
is an hour and
Jack
one day.
Bauer's gonna kick you in the balls.
Jack Bauer, you really are the man.
Oh man.
but Frieza.
Right. Yeah.
That's my
Is that your
favorite.
I like its.
Yeah, I know you guys haven't seen Super, so it's hard for you to like participate in that.
My favorite
Conversation.
villain arc. I've seen some Super. I'm only about maybe a quarter of the way through the episodes, but I still Cell is probably my favorite villain.
He's a
I
good
like
one.
Boo's transformations. I think he's great.
I just like the
So-
chaotic nature of the Boo arc. He's not my
Yeah.
favorite villain, but
Yeah.
the arc.
No, the whole
is
arc Boo is
really
my
in it.
favorite.
There's
But my
just so
favorite
much
villain
going
is
on.
Cell.
Also, Hercule coming out with so many moments.
Yeah.
He literally saved the world, man. People Earth, I need your power. Put your hands up.
I'm glad Hercules never changed. Like throughout the entire franchise, he is the same.
Only his hairline.
Only his hairline.
Always there.
hey, that's realistic though.
He's a grandpa.
See,
I don't know why in
that-
5 years he lost so much hair, but
That's why because he was already an aging millennial. I don't know.
you heard it
there
here
we go.
first, guys. Hercules a millennial.
I've been balding since 2013, and I'm still not quite bald yet, so it is a little bit more of a process.
Mine started like a dinosaur egg, just spots on my head. So
Just spots.
Wild.
because
What's that
fucking
like?
life.
Balding.
Because
What's
fucking
that?
life. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, the Goku versus Vegeta, I mean, their first battle's fucking awesome.
That might be
That's-
one of my favorite just parts
Yeah.
of the entire series.
Yeah, me too,
The
absolutely.
KO can, like all of that was just great.
I kind of prefer the Goku versus Vegeta when Vegeta's Majin Vegeta.
That's a lot shorter.
It was like a cool fight, but it was just all fan service. There was no winner or loser. Or
Much
anything.
like this new Dragon Ball Super movie that's coming out.
like every Dragon Ball movie,
Fan service.
except the Dragon Ball Super Broly, the
oh,
only canon movie ever.
that's a question. Adrian, have you watched any of the Dragon Ball Z movies?
I
There's
think
only 3 good ones, not
The-
counting the new ones.
the last one I saw was the, what was it called? Like Project F or something? The one with Frieza. What's it called?
Resurrection F.
Resurrection F, yeah.
That's basically the first 20 episodes of Super.
Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F were made into arcs, but I
Okay.
recommend just watching the movie instead because the arcs are really drawn out.
They're a lot
Um,
longer, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
one of my favorites is probably the first Cooler one. I think it was
It's
a Cooler's
just
Revenge.
it's literally almost panel per panel the fight against Frieza. That's why I don't like those. But
it's so much shorter.
yeah, that's why I don't like. That's why the Frieza arc is
Cooler's
so
not
lame. to
nearly
me.
as interesting as Frieza.
But isn't this the first Cooler movie where you first are introduced to Bardock?
No,
No,
No, that's Tree of
Wait,
Life.
that's true.
no, that's
okay.
and that's
No.
not Bardock.
Bardock's
Either.
not
That's
in Tree of
Turtles.
Life.
What? Shit, I thought Bardock's his father.
None of the movies are canon, guys. None of the DBZ movies
Well,
are
that's not-
canon.
Yeah, but that's not the point. There are
I know.
characters from the show in the movies.
Yeah, but that's not when they were ever introduced. They were already introduced if they were in the movie. And if
I
they were
think
introduced in the
he's
movie,
saying
they
what
never
movie
showed up.
had Bardock in it.
None of them.
Bardock was
Dragon
in
Ball
a
Super
movie.
Broly. That's it. No, you're thinking of Turtles from the Tree of Might.
No,
Yeah.
not that guy.
Exactly.
No,
Like
no,
Goku.
no,
That's
at the
why I
very
got
beginning-
confused. But I think
At the
Bardock's
very
in movie.
beginning of Cooler's Revenge, it shows Frieza destroying Planet Vegeta.
It shows that a million times.
And Bardock's at the front line.
It shows the
Dude.
same exact clip that's shown in the series when Goku fights Frieza.
It shows that clip 8 million times in different.
But Bardock's at the front line. It's Goku's father.
Yes, Bardock is always in the front.
That's
line of
not
that
when he's
scene.
introduced, Mike.
Okay,
That scene.
that's what I was asking.
They literally took that scene from the Frieza arc and put it in that movie because that movie is the Frieza arc. Again,
Yeah, but they didn't. Yeah, but they never mentioned who he was. And he didn't have any lines in the
that's
show.
not true.
What do you mean? I don't remember him having any lines.
He had lines.
Yeah, he had a fucking TV special called Bardock, the Father of Goku. It wasn't a movie. It was a 40-minute episode that was on TV.
That was a
never
movie.
I never saw that.
It was a special. It was 40 minutes long. That's not a movie.
You're 40 minutes long.
Good one, Mike.
That's not bad. 40 minutes is a respectable session.
What are we talking about?
Wait, what?
Japan does a lot of TV specials like that in anime that are they're like half-length movies, but they're just
Hey,
they
if
just
you-
call them specials. It's just 2 episodes in one.
If
That's
you
all
can-
it is.
Uh,
If you can last an entire episode of Breaking Bad, that's a pretty good. Wait, what do we? Oh yeah. Bardock, right?
But yeah, he was absolute. Like everything you saw in that movie was a clip from the show.
Yeah. See, the Frieza arc just had everything. It explained the destruction of Planet Vegeta. Vegeta got shot through the heart and cried. Goku went Super Saiyan. Krillin died. Piccolo fused with Nail.
That's another thing that went south in Super is they retconned Bardock to make him like this loving, caring Saiyan father that no other Saiyan before him. When really he didn't give a
What?
fuck.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
He's supposed to be a fucking savage.
but he's not anymore.
I was gonna say, aren't all Saiyans just dicks?
So Vegeta's technically King Vegeta, right? I mean, why does he always
No.
call himself the Prince of all Saiyans?
Oh, the king of what?
Frieza even says Prince of Nothing.
Yeah, Prince of Nothing. Well, I mean,
Listen,
he's the heir to the throne of a
Adrian,
planet that doesn't
There
exist.
there was never a coronation, so he's still the prince.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true. And royalty, you do have to be crowned.
Right.
Yeah, tell that to Napoleon Bonaparte who crowned himself,
Well, listen, Napoleon Bonaparte didn't give a shit.
and that's real life.
But when you hear about Napoleon in any writings, do you know what you never hear? King
What's that?
Napoleon.
Yeah. You know what
Also-
anyone in his country would have called him? King, because otherwise they were dead.
Also, Vegeta has more pride than that than to just claim he's the king. He would want the actual coronation.
Yeah.
He'd
And I
want-
guess-
he'd want Kakarot to crown him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I guess Vegeta is the Prince of all Saiyans because Goku's the fucking king.
Nah, Goku's the jester. Let's be real.
He's the jester.
Yeah, clown.
That is, I will say this. Okay,
You're gonna
so
die, clown.
there is something that bothers me deeply about Super. Goku's always been dumb, but they dumbed him down too
They-
much in Super.
They took him back to his childlike dumbness, and that's another complaint I have is they threw away all his character development.
You guys
Yeah.
are really advertising the show well for me. You said it's kitty. They do it with
No,
blood.
I totally understand if you wouldn't like Super.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot. I have a lot of complaints with it.
I
Right.
highly recommend you watch it though. It's got a lot of great moments.
I think it's worth watching
But
for the
Mike
tournament
also
powder.
suggested we watch Chips, so I'm not sure. If we
and
should-
Cadillac Man and Midnight Run.
All right,
and
all right, all
Definitely
right. No.
Maybe.
Hey, in all seriousness, out of all of those fucking movies, seriously, do watch Midnight Run. It's a great fucking movie.
Midnight Run's good.
it won awards and shit, so I trust him on that one.
That's the one on that list I've seen.
Doug Benson's unironic favorite movie.
Yeah, it's his favorite Robert De Niro movie.
God damn it. Well, if Doug Benson likes it.
Yeah, that just means that it just takes a pound of weed to sit through. That's all.
So Doug, since you're
Yeah.
not huge on Super, so if you were like ranking between Dragon Ball Z, GT, I'm assuming is bottom, and then Super, where does Super fall in that? Is it 2? Is it number 3?
It'd be 3 because I love original Dragon Ball, just not
Okay.
as much as Z.
So is
But it actually has one of my favorite arcs of all time. The King Piccolo arc in Dragon Ball is one of my
Oh,
favorite
fuck
arcs.
yeah.
In the
Oh
entire
yeah,
series.
yeah.
Every Roshi dies, shouts like he gets his wish for like eternal youth, like everything that all the other villains always tried to do and failed to do, he achieved.
Toriyama did such a good job of when he split them. If you go back and watch King Piccolo, you really do see Kami and Piccolo in him. He's got
Yeah.
a little bit of both. He did a
Yeah.
very good job of splitting them.
And then Goku meets Kami immediately after killing Piccolo, and he thinks it's and he fucking attacks him immediately
Yeah.
because nobody told him that he looked
Oh.
exactly the same.
So does it get like explained in Dragon Ball that like Master Roshi can't die of old age? Is that like something that's addressed?
They make a joke about him drinking from like the Fountain of Youth or something.
Right.
But it's like a one-off joke that's never referenced again.
Because he's like supposedly he's like 350 years old or something.
It's like 120 or something.
Okay.
And then in GT, he's still alive when Goku's. That's the okay. There's one thing about GT that GT did infinitely better than Super.
Okay.
This is another complaint I have with Super. You know how one of the best aspects of Dragon Ball
This fucking
has
show
always been the
sucks.
fact that they grow up and age and time passes, and like they have like Goku starts out as a 12-year-old kid, and by the end
Yeah.
of Z,
Yeah.
he has like a fucking granddaughter in that final episode. GT continued that where they got older. Trunks and Goten grew up. Pan was older. Like they all aged. Super throws all that away. They go back to the age that they all were before Pan was born.
Okay.
Goten and Trunks are just now permanently stuck in Simpsons time where they're
I
never
was just
gonna
gonna
grow up
say.
again.
Yep.
That's my biggest complaint is they don't age. They
Well-
stopped growing up.
Super only takes place 5 years after
Yeah,
the,
and
the
Goten
end
and
of
Trunks
the
are
Buu
still
saga.
7 and 8.
Dude, 5 years between 7 and 12.
I know, I
A
agree.
lot.
Goten and Trunks should at least look like Gohan did when
But
he
they're
killed
still
Cell.
7 and 8. They literally have a birthday for Trunks in Super where he like turns like 8 or 9 or something.
Which means at the end of Dragon Ball Z, they were supposed to be what, 4?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's explained in the manga, but not
It's
in
not.
actual Super.
It's
No.
not.
No, the thing I'm going to say, not that.
Okay.
Because I was extremely confused when I seen Pilaf and them like kids.
Saw.
Saw my bad.
Ooh.
Saw 2 was the best one.
when I saw Pilaf,
disagree.
Mai, and I can never remember the dog's
Peel
name.
off Mai and the dog. Shoe.
She like they're suddenly kids and they're not like adults anymore. And
That was
I
a
guess
wish.
yeah, I guess in the manga they actually got a hold of the Dragon Balls and they
That happens in the movie.
wished-
That happens in the movie. In-
so they
Battle-
actually
Battle of
they
the Gods.
kept that.
Evolution.
Yeah, the whole joke, the whole gag was that instead of doing in GT, they're the ones that accidentally wish for Goku to be a kid again. So they reference that by them getting turned into kids through the Dragon Balls
okay.
at the beginning of Super as like a
See,
joke and a callback.
I always hated Pilaf in Dragon Ball, but he's actually decent comic. Like him and them, like him, Mai, and Shu are actually decent.
Yeah,
comic
he was
relief in Super.
they were all insufferable in Dragon Ball. That's why I don't even watch the first 13 episodes if I rewatch it because I
But
can't. stand it.
they're far better in Super. They're more enjoyable.
Yeah, because they're like they all got turned into kids and became friends with Goten and Trunks, and I hate them all. Okay, another complaint: future Trunks' hair is blue instead of purple, but Kid Trunks' hair is still purple when they're in scenes together. It's infuriating. Another complaint I have with Super is that all the music isn't done by Bruce Faulkner. Another complaint I have with Super is that Goku's literally a moron and acts like he's fucking 12 again. Another complaint I have with Super is the animation until the Tournament of Power is some of the worst animation in anime history.
Adrian, check it out, man.
Yeah, this
Check
show is
out
going.
Super.
This show is just shooting up my queue right now.
Another complaint I have with Super: there's no blood, no issue, nothing ever goes wrong. And even when things get bad, they just get fucking literally the king of all the god of all gods just comes like, we'll reset.
Well, that's only because he became friends with Goku.
Oh, Vegeta fucked up. Frieza's gonna destroy the Earth. Oh, let's just like
That
roll back time 15
Still
seconds. Try
pisses me
again.
off.
Oh,
Vegeta had to win there.
okay, but yeah, like Super, you probably won't like it. I'm not gonna lie.
You might like it.
So what I'm trying to say is you probably won't
Listen,
like it. Watch
Listen,
it.
Doug's a cynic when it comes to stuff like this. You should watch it.
So is Adrian.
Yeah.
In the manga version, none of those things are problems. There's blood. There's
All right,
problems. People
Doug.
get hurt.
let-
Things
Yeah,
are
but
let's-
Adrian,
wrong.
I've tried to get Adrian to read comic books for years. It's not going to work.
Yeah, and
Doug,
especially if you have to read right to left.
Let's approach
gonna really
this.
fuck 'em up.
Let's approach this from another angle.
Yes.
What do you like about Super?
Well,
Yeah, that's a better question.
Jiren, Ultra Instinct.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know what that is.
Jiren
but I'm
is-
sure it's great.
Jiren is like maybe one of the coolest antagonists the series ever put out.
What about
Because
Okay.
he's
Beerus?
not a villain. He's basically Goku from another universe, but instead of like supporting his friends, he only believes in his own strength because everybody he loved died when he was young, so he just learned to depend on his own power.
Okay.
And him and Goku like have a final clash out about like what makes you stronger, basically.
And he refuses to put any effort in if he feels like nobody's worth it.
Because he doesn't have to. He's the strongest fucking thing that's ever been written into Dragon Ball.
So what's all the shit from? Is all the stuff GT like about like Rose Goku and Black Goku and like Black Dragon Balls?
Hey, easy with that shit.
Yeah, easy with that shit.
I have been waiting for somebody to say Black Goku for an hour and a half.
Goku Black.
Goku Black.
Okay, the funniest fucking part about Super is when Trunks comes back in time again, right? And he needs help from Goku and Vegeta to stop Goku Black. They just call him Black, okay? That's the nickname.
Oh, really?
Goku goes back to the future with Trunks and everybody sees him and immediately loses their mind. He's like, "Don't shoot, this man isn't black."
Oh my god. Wait, that's in Super?
That's the English translation, yep.
Whoa. Bro, hitting some hot topics.
Oh my god.
I know. I was like, did they just do that?
They did that. It was so funny.
I've never known Dragon Ball for hitting on political issues.
Except all the characters that are horrible issues because they're so dated.
Oh shit!
Like, Mr. Popo.
Mr. Popo.
I don't know.
Don't shoot.
I think the reason I like Super so much is it introduced a lot of characters I like. I like Beerus. I hate Jocko. I like Beerus a lot. I like Whis.
Mike, why do you always have your name as people you hate?
Because he hates himself.
Your name's Jocko.
Let's get deep. How does that make you feel, Mike?
Self-deprecation.
Self-deprecation. If I do it, then they can't do it.
Except that we just do it more.
We're like, hey, Mike doesn't mind. Let's fucking pile on. Piece of shit.
Yeah, when people go fishing for compliments, I do the opposite and make it worse.
So, but I don't know. That's one of the things I kind of like. Super introduced this whole entire new idea that there's these different universes and there's these different there's a gods of destruction, and then there's the yin to the yang of the Supreme Kais or the Grand Kais or whatever. The Supreme Kais, one can't exist without the other. Like
if the god of destruction or the Supreme Kai dies, they both die.
Yep, which is really cool.
Beerus was the one that commanded Frieza to destroy the Saiyans. Felt like he's the god of destruction.
Well,
yeah.
Out of everything, I feel like Adrian would like Beerus just because Beerus decides to destroy shit because it inconveniences him.
Beerus is fun. He's a good character.
That's like cool. That's like the cat thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's cool.
I've just seen him on like video games.
He's a good character.
There's like stuff to like. Like I said, there's stuff to like, but there's a lot of like just regressions, and it's like they realized, well, if we keep aging these characters, like Goku can't be the main character forever, but we have to have him because marketing, and that's the issue with Super.
Right,
that is the issue. You know what? There are a lot of people that, speaking of the characters, there are a lot of people that like Jocko. I don't know why, but there are a lot of people that like Jocko.
He's funny.
He's super fucking annoying.
I like him.
He's an intergalactic police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad character.
He works for the Intergalactic Patrol, and he's funny as fuck. Him and Bulma have some great back and forth.
Well, that's because he secretly wants to sleep with Bulma.
That is Mike's fan fiction.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike did make the joke about finding that online.
Who amongst us didn't have a crush on Bulma when we were watching this kid when we were watching the show when we were kids?
We were watching this.
That didn't come out right.
Cut that.
No, that's sad. Anyway,
no.
Come on, what 13-year-old didn't look up pictures of Bulma on Google on dial-up?
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
Which of us didn't do it last week?
Oh.
Wait, so I shouldn't have these up on my other monitor right now?
we were trying to think of an episode topic last night.
Browser history.
And I was going through my photos on my phone. I'm like, hey. After I jerk off to this, we should do an episode about Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I feel awkward that I was part of that conversation.
You were jerking off while telling us.
While I was on Discord, like, hey guys.
Well, you only need one hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Dragon Ball Z is cool.
But yeah, I'm not gonna try to sell you on Super. Either you like the
I am.
series enough to just watch it anyway, or you don't. It's that
Right.
simple. Though I will say, the greatest thing that's ever been made of Dragon Ball period is Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie. Greatest fucking
It is
thing.
a really badass
Best
movie.
animation of all time. Greatest fucking fights in the series.
They actually, like, Broly's backstory actually
They
makes sense.
turned
Like,
Broly into a fleshed out character who's
Yeah.
now
Okay.
in the series.
Yeah,
It's
almost
totally
more
canon.
of like a Native American background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
literally in the manga, it says for the next part of the story, see this movie, and then it continues after that in the manga. Like,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like it's totally part
Like
of it.
watch this movie and then come back.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally what they did. And they had like a panel of Goku, Vegeta, and Broly like fighting. Like,
Nice.
It also takes Brawly, and the first 3 movies they made about him, he was basically just a brute asshole.
yeah,
And
shit
it
sucked.
takes Brawly and actually makes him a fucking character.
Yeah, they flesh him out, and
yeah, and you actually kind of like feel for him.
Yeah, you
For
kind of
once.
like him actually.
and they set him up to be used in the future because he's
Yeah.
alive still. Like
He's alive and can control it a little.
he lives with
more.
Alien Bulma on a planet.
Alien
Oh,
Bulma.
oh yeah.
You'll
That
see
sounds
it.
hot.
Well,
It's Bulma with white hair and green skin. 100%.
Broly was born with a power level of 10,000.
it's over 9,000. Wow, I
And
it
must
was-
be that.
An hour and a half in, I'm impressed with us.
When Broly goes Super Saiyan, it might be one of the most visually striking things I've ever seen in animation.
Well, it's a huge transformation when he turns into a super.
Yeah, because he's
Jesus
not
Christ.
always big and like bulky
No,
like
he's
that,
like
is he?
scrawny as fuck.
It's this movie is wild. You gotta watch it.
They gave Broly the same respect as they gave Bane from Batman and Robin.
Titan.
Broly Titan. Broly. Is that all he says?
He's a Pokemon.
Broly, 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 Broly. Broly uses Shockwave.
It was not effective.
Like that. Oh yeah, like when he grabbed Goku by the foot and slammed him off the ground over and over to the point where his eyes whited out.
Yeah, Shockwave.
God damn. Broly uses ground pound?
Broly uses Hulk Smash.
Broly uses Hulk Smash.
Puny God.
But
It's
yeah,
not even an attack. That's just what he'd do.
like GT is universally like hated almost, but I actually like the end of it was like beautiful. Like it was like such a beautiful ending for the whole series because in Japan GT aired direct like the week after DBZ ended, GT started up as a continue like directly continued. There's no time, there's no break. It just
Wow.
kept going. So over there, they had a totally different like respect for it, and then like the ending was like this major fucking like send off to the whole series. It showcases
It
all
ended
these
for
great
me in
moments. and-
episode 10.
yeah,
What, GT?
Doug probably like I keep asking Doug these questions because I know he knows more so than the rest of us. Like as far as the manga
Wow,
and shit
fuck you
goes.
too.
No, as far as the manga and shit goes,
yeah.
Is there-
I know.
is there-
I've read it 3 times,
Yeah.
beginning to end. all
is there an
600 and some chapters.
explanation for why they decided to retcon GT then?
It's just it wasn't popular and it went in a direction that was really hard to sustain. And the saddest truth is that Goku wasn't supposed to be the main character of GT, so your least favorite part of it came about because they forced Toriyama to make Goku the main character.
Who was
GT was
Gohan?
supposed to be Goten.
Oh, Goten.
It was supposed to like reimagine. It was supposed to be like a new generation and it was supposed to be more like fun, like lighthearted, like Dragon Ball was.
Okay.
Following the adventures of Kid Goku. It was supposed to follow Goten and his adventures because he was a lot like Goku.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
wouldn't work. Like they sort of did that with Gohan when he was off in the wilderness when Piccolo just fucking stole him and threw him in the woods.
Yeah.
So it was
Mr.
supposed-
Piccolo.
It was supposed to be like that, but Goku was such a fucking just
a fan favorite.
cultural phenomenon.
Right. Larger than life.
Yeah, like there can't be Dragon Ball without him as far as Toei Animation is concerned, and they got
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of say nowadays. So they forced him to be the main character. So that's why Toriyama was like, "Well, let's just make him a kid again. Fuck it."
Yeah.
And then he lost interest in the series, so he had Toyotaru just do it all. He gave him basic character ideas and like let it roll because he wasn't allowed to do what he wanted. So he's just like, "Fuck this whole thing."
Yeah, screw the whole thing.
The only defense that I will give them is yes, okay, Dragon Ball wouldn't be as big of a deal if it weren't for Goku. But like you gotta progress with the story. Like you gotta let it progress naturally. You can't just keep forcing this down people's throats.
Well, the money that they're making begs to differ. So
Yeah.
Also, if you like Goku more than any character in Dragon Ball in the entire franchise, then go fuck yourself.
I disagree.
I disagree as well. Goku is a great character.
Oh, there's one where Doug will disagree.
In writing, he'd be what is considered the flat character arc, which doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means he knows exactly who he is from the beginning.
Yeah.
He doesn't need character development because he already is aware of who he is, and that doesn't mean it's bad writing. That just means that's just another way to make a character.
Mike, do me a favor and watch all of Dragon Ball Abridged on Team 4-Star on YouTube. You'll change your mind about Goku.
I will say one of the most, which I actually really loved, one of the most Goku things to do was to have somebody hire a hitman to kill him just so he could find a way to beat said hitman.
Wait,
What?
Goku hired somebody
What are
to
you
kill
talking
him
about?
so he could.
What the fuck are you talking
You
about?
don't remember Hit? When Hit kills
Oh.
Goku for a split second?
They haven't seen Super.
I know. Well, Corey obviously knew who Hit was, but
I knew who
was
Hit
talking-
is. I just didn't know much about his arc.
There's a part after the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament where Goku contacts the Universe 6 version of Whis. I can't think of her name. Why are you not remembering this, Doug? This is legit what happened.
Are you watching them like Dragon Ball UV or whatever the fuck fan videos and making
No,
shit
this
up
is a
right
legit
now?
thing that happened. He's the one that had her hire the hit on him. Go back and
What?
watch it and tell me that that's not what happened.
What hit on him? What are you talking about?
Okay, Hit, the character.
I know.
Okay.
That's not what
His
we're
whole
talking about. You
purpose,
say
he's an assassin,
Mike,
in that
shut
the
up.
only thing he
I
does
get
is
that.
kill people when he's hired to do so. So he was hired to kill Goku because Goku's the one that had him be hired to do so.
What are you talking about, dude?
Oh my god.
Listen, did Goku put a hit on himself? They find out from Goku's guilty face that Goku himself hired Hit to kill him. Goku's reasoning is that he wanted to fight Hit at his best.
Where? When?
Why?
Dragon Ball Super episode 72.
It was he was trying to train for the Tournament of Power.
Doug, maybe you blacked out during that one.
That must have been shit.
It's like a 1 or 2 episode arc. It's like a very short thing.
Doug's like, what I'm saying is don't watch Super.
It's actually really good.
It sounds interesting. It's just
It's
Those 2
interesting.
episodes. Those 2 episodes are really good.
I have zero. That did not retain in the memory banks at all. That could not have been.
well,
that
Mike
good.
remembered one thing that Doug didn't remember.
Damn, it was bound to happen.
I guess
eventually,
Mike's more of a fan.
That's what I'm gathering here.
Yeah, I'll let him have that. You can like Super more than me. That's okay.
I unapologetically love
Because
Super.
Super is just above GT for me. That's it.
Okay.
No, I don't even think it's
literally-
close.
I literally am like right before those episodes. That's why I didn't recognize it. I didn't get quite
Watch
the hit, but if
more.
that's 72, I'm very close to that.
Yeah, I just got to the part where the
I'm
first
going to.
episode starts.
Like honestly, you could just skip to the Tournament
Yeah.
of Power and just watch
No,
Tournament of Power
no.
and enjoy it. for
I
what
will
it is.
say, I will agree with Doug the fact that you could just watch the movies.
Yeah, because Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods is the first 20, 30 episodes.
you can skip the Goku Black arc too.
So why the
Yeah.
hell did they make both?
They made
to
the
draw
movies
it out
first.
and make more money.
Yeah, the movies came out first, but then
And
when
then they
like,
retconned
did
them
well.
back into just being part of the series.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
yeah.
were like, oh, let's just make more money off this.
Yeah. So the reason
Well, I mean, it's not like they were
everything's
selling movies anymore. They just had to flesh it out a little more to make sense for the series.
They
to
gave you
continue further.
there certainly is a lot more you figure out watching the show.
Yeah, like all
Because
yeah.
they cut a lot of stuff out of the movies if you go back and watch them after watching the
Well, they
Okay.
didn't cut. They added a bunch of
Well,
stuff to the
yeah,
show.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I
So-
meant. They cut it out for the movies.
There was
Yeah.
like the show was basically fill in the blanks.
So since we're talking about things that some people like and some people don't like, what is your least favorite section of Dragon Ball Z? We'll say that's not like the Garlic Jr. thing.
Jesse,
Like not an entire
Like,
arc. It could just be like
movies or like just the show.
the show.
just the show. Movies
And I
excluded.
mean, and it could literally, you
Okay.
could say like the first half of the Frieza saga, like
that that episode where Gohan meets the orphans in the woods is my
Oh
least
my
favorite
God.
episode.
Oh,
in the
that's
entire
I
series.
hate that.
I skip it every time.
Yeah, that one's up there for me.
Also,
I'll
when
agree.
when Gohan meets the space orphans on the spaceship when he's heading to Namek, that's another awful. Anytime there's orphans involved, it's
Man,
a shit
Doug
time.
hates orphans.
It's orphans. You heard it here. This is where we fleshed out that Doug hates orphans.
I do not. Just in Dragon Ball.
Just in Dragon Ball. If they
They
weren't
are
so
super
fucking
annoying.
annoying, Doug wouldn't hate
Not
them.
my orphan.
I hate
Not my
drawn. I
orphans.
hate drawn orphans.
Yeah, there's a lot of animated orphans.
Animated orphans.
There's just something about them.
No. Because there's a boss. There's the boss orphan. in
Animated
Blood
Orphans
Souls
is a cool
great.
band name, though. Moving on.
Animated
Bloodborne,
orphans.
not Blood Soul. I call it Blood Souls.
Bloodborne.
I call it
Blood Souls.
Dude, Elden Ring has combined everything into one thing. It's like whatever.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Like there's a lot of moments that have kind of made me gotta go.
Oh, the first 13 episodes, the entire first 13 episodes of Dragon Ball are also trash.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, if we're gonna talk about like
It's
Dragon Ball too,
it's Pilaf. It's the entire Pilaf thing.
Pilaf is not.
Trash.
He's not.
Trash.
Yeah.
You guys keep coordinating it, so Mike's saying he is not, and Doug's saying trash. So Doug
That's what
loves
it sounds
them.
like
If there's two things I learned about Doug tonight, he hates orphans and loves Pilaf.
And he loves Super as well. And
Hey,
Mike.
Super's okay.
Wow.
Fuck, dude, you're talking to a guy who watched GT beginning to end on DVDs that he owned.
You're a hero.
No.
There goes my.
No, what comes to my mind, I think, is I wasn't really going specific episode like Doug was, but yeah, well,
It just stands out.
a lot of the traveling dynamic is forgettable, like with Gohan and all that bullshit. But also,
The fake when they land on fake Namek,
Oh,
and fake
that's
Dragon
terrible.
Ball.
Namek's one of my least favorite.
It's so much
parts of the
bullshit.
show.
It's just
Yeah.
like get back to the story.
there's a lot of filler at that section.
Yeah.
But what comes to my mind, I don't know why I hate it so much, is just the beginning of the Android saga before 16, 17, and 18. Like Dr. Gero, and I know you have like Vegeta going Super Saiyan, which is fucking badass.
Great name.
Tell me the next adventure you
One of-
experience fear.
One of my favorite lines from the show right there.
Music kicks in the background.
That moment, yeah, just they always kick in those musical scores like as they're turning Super Saiyan.
Another complaint with Super is no Falconer score.
I think you put that in your list of like 30,000 things. But Dr. Gero and fucking whatever the other one is, I hate that whole thing.
So I didn't come in here intending to shit on Super as hard as I did, but Mike just brought
No,
it out of me.
you're actually kind of making me mad.
Hey guys,
This is
Mike's finally been made mad. In
This
an
is the
episode.
most angry Mike has been, I think.
Oh, dude.
I was Spider-Man, this is Mike's.
Yeah, I had no intention to trash Super like I did, but looking back, man, I just fucking.
You're realizing there's a lot you don't like about it.
Yeah, no, like what talking it out, man.
Listen, give it a chance though. Like at
I'll watch it.
at least try.
One of these
Hell,
years.
I've seen it twice,
Not you. I'm talking to Adrian.
I'll watch it at some point.
maybe.
Maybe.
How
You know
dare
how that bullshit goes.
Adrian will watch Super when you watch Futurama.
I
Yeah,
am watching Futurama.
no,
Sparingly.
you're
Doug just no.
You're in season 2. I could watch 1 and 2 tonight before I go to bed.
You make a compelling
I've seen single episodes of Futurama more times than there are episodes of Futurama.
I gotta watch a couple episodes of Breaking Bad. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
we do have to do that.
But yeah,
You should watch Pilot, Cats in the Bag, Bags in the River, Cancer Man, Gray Matter, No Rough Stuff Type Deal, Crazy Handful of Nothing. At least watch those.
How many episodes are in season 1?
6.
Is it? I thought it was 10.
I
No,
think first one's only 6.
It's just 6. Okay,
No,
that's a
you're
lot.
you're
It's gonna
both
be a lot
wrong.
easier to get through. It's
What
8.
is it?
it's 7.
It's 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Then I'm already halfway through.
Yeah, there you go.
How can you be halfway through?
You're 3.5.
Yeah. Well, I watched episode 4.
He's halfway through the Bags in the River.
No, I've actually watched
4.
all-
Okay,
I
there
watched
you go.
1 through 4. So I'm
Cancer
on
Man.
5.
Okay, yeah.
So you're more than halfway through.
Yeah.
Look
All
at
right.
me.
But anyway.
All right. Any last thoughts?
Wait, hold on. Before we end it,
Yes.
did Corey or Mike said he's drawing a blank. Do you guys have any particular
No,
thing that you don't like?
I said the fake Namek's probably one of my least
Fake
favorites.
Namek.
You pretty much named them all. I didn't like a whole lot of Snake Way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I
That
think
was
a lot of that was boring.
They drug that out.
The hell part
Hard.
was kind of funny, but that Queen Snake probably is my least favorite episode.
Yeah, I agree. They could have just
Snake Way
ignored.
was just
Oh,
too
when those
loud.
ladies are all holding up for Goku.
Yeah.
I did love when he
They
fell
wanted to
into
eat him.
hell and
Yes.
I like
did
that.
competitions against the 2 ogres. And I thought it was hilarious in the censored version. They called hell HFIL, but in the uncensored version, it was just hell.
It's just hell. And then the beginning of Snake Way when Kami's talking to what's his name, King
Yama,
and like he's offending him. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, King Yama.
And Goku's just like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, no, Corey, you're right though. I didn't even think about Snake Way. That's very drawn out.
Yeah,
there's a reason none of you thought about Snake Way.
Yeah,
I try to like push that on my mind.
Snake Way is a rough one. Like, as much as I love Great Saiyaman, the first like 15 episodes of the Buu arc could just be wrapped up in 2 episodes.
The biggest slap in the face with Snake Way is he gets a lot of the way there, falls, comes back up, and he's at the fucking beginning again.
Oh yeah, he
oh
comes
my
out of
God.
It's like 3 episodes. He's in front of King Yama, and he's like,
he's in his drawer, dude. He comes out of his fucking desk
drawer. Goku, what are you doing in there?
I thought you were on your way to see King Kai.
Oh yeah, just leave it now.
I just thought I'd hang here for a little.
And he couldn't quite fly yet, so he had to hop around.
Oh, jeez. Talk about a wasted thing. The Nimbus Cloud, which for some weird reason they brought back in Super for a little bit. I'm like, he doesn't even need it.
It worked in Dragon Ball.
Hell, it even worked in Z.
What was your favorite return of Goku? Because those were always epic moments.
I hated all of them.
Wait, you did?
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
What do you have against Goku?
I hated the last one. Like when he came back for the Buu saga, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like this is not what this.
We got
this is
Vegito.
But that wasn't where it was meant to go.
And the amazing fighting Candy, one of my favorite episodes of the entire
God, yeah, that's a great
that
episode.
Is awesome.
I'm not just any Candy. I'm a jawbreaker.
I was more excited that they brought Vegeta back for that same 24-hour pass than I was for Goku.
I'd say my favorite return of Goku is when he fights Raccoon.
Raccoon up on Nano.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And they're like, we're all going to have to work together, Goku.
Which, by the way, he uses Nimbus to save, was it Gohan?
Well, that was against Nappa.
That's in Nappa, yeah.
Oh, yeah, then never mind.
But he didn't bring the cloud to space, yo.
That was something else that always kind of irked me, but like, anime, go figure. Like I feel like every anime is like this, but it was always like the very last moment when everybody's almost dead. Oh, hey, there's Goku.
I mean, it's shonen anime has never pretended to be like deep or meaningful. It's a power fantasy for teenage boys.
Right.
That's what it's for.
How many is Krillin the character who's died the most?
Probably not, but maybe.
I feel like I can't remember who it is. I feel like there's somebody who's died like 5 times.
It kind of all got thrown out the window.
Because he always gets
everybody dies. Literally everybody dies in the Buu arc except like 3 people.
Yeah, I didn't say he never. I meant like he always survives because he gets kicked in the face and then he just lays there on the ground.
He died to the Cyberman.
According to a quick Google search, the entire population of the Earth died 4 times. That's the leader. Man, Dende is a shit guardian. Right?
I told you.
Krillin, Piccolo, Chaozu, and Frieza and Cell all died 3 times.
Yeah. Jesus.
So No, the only thing I wanted to say real quick. The only thing annoying about when Goku came back against Raccoon and Namek, which that was an awesome moment, but like
the voice acting changes.
Well, that too. But the moment from the moment Goku landed on Namek till Vegeta died, Vegeta said so many times, "He's a Super Saiyan."
Oh my god, dude.
Kakarot has done it. He's a Super Saiyan.
When Frieza finally shot him in the heart, and like finally, it's like that. Maybe that'll finally shut you up. I think everybody liked that. And then it's like, god damn.
And then Vegeta still continued to talk for another 5 minutes,
which is another gag in Abridged. He gets shot, like he shoots him like multiple times or something, and he just keeps talking. He's like,
that's
that moment did hit hard though when he teared up.
And Abridged when he says he's kicking me in the dick. Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
He's kicking me in the dick.
Wow, you see how the episode came full circle from our intro to...
Oh man, beautiful. All right, any last thoughts?
I need to watch Super and judge for myself. I guess that's my final thought.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
as I can see from this podcast, it's very divisive.
Okay, if you want to like Super more, watch GT first and then watch Super. It'll look way better by
that'll work.
But if you watch Z then jump into Super, you're gonna have a rough time.
Hey, it's not.
You're gonna have a bad time.
The problem is Adrian would never get through GT to get to Super.
Wait,
Wait, is
that it? Is that the do it?
He just keep quitting.
Well, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. If that's all the time we have tonight, if you're new here, why not consider subscribing wherever you get your podcasts?
All right, guys. Well, if you want, you can check out, I do movie reviews, rankings, all that kind of stuff over on YouTube, Baker Reviews. I haven't done anything Dragon Ball Z related, but I will be ranking all the live action Batman movies. That will be my next video up. So come check me out on Baker Reviews.
And after he watches Super, he'll rank all the Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God. I'm going to rank every episode.
That's content
Wow.
for years, dude.
Yeah, it is. Baker Reviews.
You can follow us over on Twitter at CS Podcast 21. We're also on Instagram, Culture Shock 21, and on Facebook, we're just Culture Shock Podcast.
If you're into watching people play video games, I stream on Twitch at Mike's Nostalgia around noon Eastern Time every Saturday. Come check it out.
All right, and that's going to bring us to the end of the show. If you're joining us for the first time this week, why not consider hitting that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts? Join us next week while we... Oh, actually, you know what? I never tell you guys, but I am going to tell you now. There might be a little chemistry talk next week. Let's just leave it at that. That's a little tidbit.
Yeah, next week we have to work on our chemistry.
Any other science jokes?
Blue?
Blue.
Crystal blue
math.
persuasion?
Science, bitch.
Kids, don't do math.
Heisenberg.
Unless you look as cool as Jesse doing it.
Hey, that's right. Bitch. And never pay over 9,000.
And that's going to do it from all of us at Culture Shock. Thanks for listening.
Wahoo.